time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Well, hello there. Welcome in. Yay, it is Friday. Oh, yes, Friday it is. We made it. We made it to Friday. Everybody's clapping. Everybody's happy. Traffic is moving along nice and pleasantly through Jackson. Well, maybe in some places. All right, we'll be nice. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather across the area. So far today, we've came in at a puny 93 degrees. Well, it really is, if you think about it, compared to last week when we had 99, we had 100, we had one location, it was like 101. So 93, gotta say, it feels a little better out there. And the air conditioner's working a whole lot better because there's not just this unbelievable amount of moisture in the air. We've actually got some dew points in the low 60s this evening. It is just fantastic. They're kind of where they should be as far as the dew point numbers. Well, our actual high this time of the year, now this is averaged over 30 years, but it should be 89. And so we did come in at 93, so we're still above normal by 4 degrees. Notice on these highs and lows where it says normal, we're going down. Just about a week ago it was at 90, now it's 89. That's because we're getting closer to fall. We're kind of on the other side of that peak, and we're trending towards cooler weather. There's still going to be some hot spots in there in between. Let's go ahead and take a look right now. It's 91 out at Parsons. Beautiful day there. Just a few clouds in between that nice, bright, sunny sky. Uh-oh. Somebody's had a little car trouble there going through Memphis. Now, that's no fun. A lot of traffic there. 90 degrees. We got 91 at UT Martin. All is quiet there. And look at that dew point. It's 64. The highest dew point I see is in Savannah, where it's 93 degrees. We got a dew point of 70. That's why it feels like 99. But hey, that's still below 100, right? That's still better than, man, I mean, we were bumping up there 116, 117 at times. And then we had that other heat wave before that where I think the highest I saw was 121 effectively is what it felt like in the heat index in a couple of locations. But, pretty good ways from that to this evening here where we're at 91 in Jackson, 91 in Lexington. Storm free, too. I've not had to come on and track any storms this afternoon. So a quiet day as promised. 90 right now at Union City. How about 86? Paris, we're all coming to see you guys up there. Huntington, and if Paris don't have enough room, we'll just go to Huntington. Look at that. Camden, 86 degrees. That'll work. 91 in Dyersburg. As I was saying, we're going to get off to a good start here for the weekend. 91 in Summerville. All right, well, what about the winds? Yeah, coming right out of the north. That's what we like. That keeps the dew points, kind of pushes those dew points down, And so they're out of the north as high as about 13 miles per hour. It's going to make for a wonderful night tonight. I think I'm just going to go find me a porch swing to sit in or something. I'm just going to find something to go out there and some excuse like, no, not right now. I've got to go out and work on whatever. But I'll tell you, I'll just be out there enjoying that little breeze. And as that temperature drops through the 80s to the 70s, that's right. Just before the chainsaw cuts on a few houses down. you know how that, no, it's pretty quiet where I live. Yeah, pretty quiet. Except when the weather gets misbehaving and then I have to run in and track storms, which that's okay too. I like doing that. Keeps people safe. All right, so here's a look at the radar, and you'll see that blue line off to the south of us. That is the cold front that moved through and brought some storms south of I-40 yesterday. Notice a lot of those storms are Hattiesburg. Yeah, all over South Mississippi. Lots. I can't even count that just right off the top. I mean, we got what, 10, 12, maybe 15 severe thunderstorm warnings over South Mississippi and parts of Louisiana. Mobile is just, being missed by a fine line, but they're in a severe thunderstorm watch. So not for long. Some of those storms will get over there too. But one thing we're not seeing is anything back at home. nice and quiet all across our 21 county viewing area. So the frontal boundary, that area of low, that has dropped south into Mississippi. That's where the storms will be through tonight. Now, we do have a slight chance of some storms. And in fact, that's what a lot of the models have been showing. I think we've got more than a slight chance late evening Saturday. That's the one opportunity we're going to have for a little bit of rain and storms. Doesn't look like it's going to be too bad, but we'll be here tracking if it was to get out of line. But you can see that activity up there to the north of us. It is a low-level threat. Some of that is going to be making its way through here Saturday evening. It will weaken, but it would be like a 1 out of 5, if anything, if it even makes it to being that high. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center doesn't have us in one. So that's in our favor, but that could easily be added as we go through the day tomorrow. But most of Saturday looks dry. It's mainly late evening towards dark. We'll see a fast-moving cold front. It'll be coming from the north, and that could bring a few, quickly developing showers and thunderstorms into the late evening and nighttime. Doesn't look like all night either, because this thing will be on the move too. All right, so we'll be watching that. But so far, any severe weather risk is off to the west. Here's a look at tomorrow's outlook. We were just looking at the rest of this evening. So you see the 1 out of 5. So kind of expected to kind of break up in between Arkansas and the Ohio Valley. But even though we're not in that, and it's not connected, there'll still be a few isolated to scattered storms come through in the late evening hours. So just know that's a possibility, but you'll see that in the 7-day too. But so close-up view, no problems here as of right now. Futurecast, all the storms, they develop, and they're mainly off to the south of us this evening. Saturday comes along. A few attempts there from the north, but nothing in the West Tennessee area. And if I was to let this run a little further, if it went further in this view, that we'll be showing at 10, you'd see some of those storms coming in about 7, 8, 9 o'clock on Saturday night, but very scattered. Not everybody gets those at all. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our hourly forecast for a Friday evening, because I know everybody's been working all week and you're ready to go have some fun. So there you go. Rain-free, 0%. I don't get to put that on there very much. And look at that, dropping into the upper 60s, so a cool start in the morning. I gotta confess, I bumped the temperature up a little bit this morning in the car. It was like 68 degrees, but a little breeze blowing. And it was like, the dew point was a lot lower, so it felt almost a little bit chilly out there, I must say. So kind of like that again in the morning with those upper 60s. Great morning if you're heading off to go fishing or just to go sit on the porch with that first cup of coffee. There you go. How about 67 degrees? We'll get that fog out of here early, about 5, 6 o'clock, and then we've got sunshine on for us for our Saturday. It's going to be really nice there. All right, so let's take a look at our model blend of highs. You can see it does bump up a little bit there for tomorrow to about 93, then back down to about 90 there on Sunday. How about 89 on Monday? It's going to be really nice. So here's our weekend forecast. I've got that 20% chance of a storm, PM. That's into the evening, that'll be. And then beautiful sunshine on Sunday, high of 91. But look at those lows, 66. It's going to be chilly almost right there Saturday night and Sunday night. I mean, somebody that, that gets cold easier, they might even want a light jacket heading out on Monday morning, really. Honestly, yeah. All right, so there's our 7-day forecast, 91. The rest of this afternoon, we drop to the upper 60s tonight. 94 tomorrow, kind of a little bit warmer in the afternoon, but another cold front blows through in the evening, knocks us back down to 91. The cool air really flows in. The front is just the very front leading edge of the cool air. Usually the colder air is further back, and we'll get the effects of that coming in on Monday. So about 87, that's what I'm going with. 20% chance of an isolated thunderstorm. We've got another round coming through on Tuesday. That's okay. That's just going to help reinforce these low 90s and keep us cooler and that's about a 40% risk there on Tuesday, showers and thunderstorms, and then Wednesday, I bumped that up. I see I forgot to change my numbers up above, but it's 40% both days. And then looks to be that we'll dry out there on Thursday. So originally, as you know, I had 30%, but I've bumped that up to 40%. It's looking more likely now. All right, guys, thanks as always for tuning in right here to West Tennessee Weather Channel. Have a great weekend and take care.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.